Boxing truth here. All right, let's talk about a fight I'm looking forward to this Saturday. In my opinion, is the best scheduled fight that PBC has on their regular platforms. I'm not talking about a pay-per-view fight that you got to pay $80 for or a co-promoted event. I'm talking about their own promotion when it comes to their regular linear platforms, which is Fox Sports 1, and of course, Showtime Sports Championship Boxing. Now, this is the best fight PBC has scheduled so far between Gary Russell Jr. and King Tug. And from the looks of Showtime's schedule, it doesn't look like it's going to get any better than this. So be happy that you finally got a decent prize fight on Showtime's airwaves, as they look likely on their way out, man. The ship's already sinking. But anyways, let's talk about this fight. I'm looking forward to it, man. King Tug is a talented fighter in the featherweight division, current IBO champion. He's number one for the WBC and what is the annual mandatory title defense for Gary Russell Jr. Russell fights once a year. He's had a bum reign as a result. Hasn't really had any. The majority of his title defenses haven't been meaningful, haven't been memorable. The only memorable defense that he's had was against Jojo Diaz, a fight that I felt that he lost and got a gift decision. Russell's fought two good fighters in his whole career, and I felt he lost to both of them. A competitive fight against Jojo, where he got outfought. Jojo landed the bigger shots. Should have gotten the nod, but he didn't. Russell was the A side, and he can thank Uncle Al for that gift decision. And of course, Russell got his ass whooped, thrashed by Lomachenko, thoroughly dominated. So one-sided that they couldn't rob Lomachenko, since Russell was the A-side in that fight. It was on their platform. So Russell's fought two good fighters. Felt he lost to both of them. Lost 10 rounds against Lomachenko. And Lomachenko has surpassed him. He's evolved. And Russell is still in the featherweight division and showcase title defenses majority of the time against club fighters, against the Escadons of the world, voluntary defenses, Patrick Highlands. So now we finally have a real opponent, a real fight for Gary Russell Jr. for his annual mandatory title defense. And it's King Tug. He's a very good fighter. He's a talented fighter, a 2012 Olympian. He's very sharp, knows how to fight, knows how to box, knows how to engage, knows how to fight very well in the pocket, does very well against southpaws, which is why I got a hunch that we're going to see an upset this Saturday. As King Tug is a very sharp boxer, has very sharp combinations, has a very good straight right hand, and he can pretty much do it all, man. He just doesn't have a lot of experience at the professional level, but he got some good experience in his last fight, going 12 rounds with a decent fighter in Claudio Marrero. It was a competitive fight that he separated himself from. Closed the fight in the latter stages of the fight, the last 3 rounds, championship rounds, and separated himself to get a clear-cut decision. So now he's going to be up against it. You know, he's fighting an American fighter on his soil, an Al Haymon protected fighter. But the good news is Nambiar is also a PBC fighter. So maybe he'll get a fair shake, just unlike Jojo, who didn't get a fair shake in his fight against Gary Russell. So I expect, fair play for this fight. Since King Tug is undefeated, he is a talented fighter on the rise. I expect some fair play in this fight, to where Russell will have to earn a decision in order to hold on to his title. But it's a good fight, man. I'm looking forward to it. and Russell at least has done his homework for this fight. He knows what he's up against. He's done some research. He knows that King Tug is a good fighter, that he's gonna have to be at his best, that he's gonna have to take this challenge serious, that he views King Tug as a threat. So it's gonna be a very good fight. Russell is what he is. I don't think he's that good. I don't think he's a pound for pound talent. Just a solid prize fighter with good speed. Not that good defense. He's a solid offensive fighter. But now that he's going to be 32 years old this year, just how much better can he be? Fighting once a year, not staying active, not working on his craft, not staying disciplined. I mean, what's he do when he only fights for once a year, and what's he do for the rest of that time? Is he in the gym? Is he working out? Is he working on his craft? I don't really view Gary Russell as this motivated individual since he only fights once a year. So I'm hoping that another bum reign comes to an end, because Russell ain't doing shit as WBC champion. Doesn't unify, doesn't fight the fights that you want to see the majority of the time. He says Santa Cruz is ducking him, but if you're only fighting once a year and not being active, I mean, how can anybody duck you when you're not really fighting? The fight didn't happen for whatever reason, so this is the best we're going to get from Gary Russell. A solid mandatory defense. So I look forward to this bum reign coming to an end. I think King Tug is good enough, talented enough to get a decision against Russell on American soil. I expect the title to change hands this Saturday, as Nambiar's combinations, sharp punching and counter punching, is going to be a handful for Russell to deal with. I expect the fight to be competitive, but Nambiar to separate himself in the latter stages and get that earned victory and become the new WBC featherweight champion of the world. And another bum reign will come to an end, and Nambiar will be your new champion. This is Boxing Truth. I'm out.